hasn't been all that smooth for Jose Veras, but it's only been 3 games, and in a non-save spot his last time out was way better. He's had a lot of trouble controlling his best pitch, which is the curveball.
They had a blown save his first outing against the Pirates, and then against the Phils really struggled with his control. Walked 4 2/3 of an inning. That was a game that the Cubs won 8-3, and yeah, you're right. Last time out, much better. Quick 1-2-3 inning against the Buccos at Wrigley. That's why that extra run the Cubs got in the 8th is so important. Veras looks for his first save in a Cub uniform. His little margin for error with that 2-run lead.
So Molina followed by Craig, and it looks like probably John Jay. Think he's ready to hit? He's just chopping at the bit to get into the on-deck circle, which you can't do until you're officially on deck. Veras from the stretch, and here we go. And a fastball catches the outside. Jose's from Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. Originally signed with Tampa Bay back in 1998. There's the curve. It's a strike.
That's such a big pitch for him. He's got a really good one, and when he can command it, hitters can't sit on his fastball, and he doesn't have an overpowering fastball. 91, 92 typically.
And he toiled for quite a while in the Rays organization. And with the Rays, the Rangers org rather, and then the Yankees made his debut in 2006. Here's a pitch way outside, 2-2. So Rays, Rangers, Yankees, Indians, Marlins, Pirates, Brewers, Astros, Tigers, Cubs. Well traveled.
Back in the day, they might have called him Satchel. Suitcase Veras. Now they just call him Jose.
Here's his 2-2. Ground ball and a base hit.
Second one for Molina tonight. RBI single back in the second to get the scoring started in this ball game. He continues his good work against Cub pitching. Batted .460 against them last year.
Yeah, I won't say that Molina will, grind out every at bat. There are moments when he gets pull happy and tries to hit the ball out of the ballpark, but late in games, understanding the situation, he is very content to hit singles. A strike on Alan Craig.
His struggles continue. 088 now.
Cubs hope to keep him struggling at least through this weekend. Oh, it hit him. Oh, man. Somehow got a piece of him.
Rushed him, yeah.
Here comes Rick Renteria. He can challenge a hit by pitch. There's no reason not to. But will we have conclusive evidence that it didn't hit him?
No, we will not.
It doesn't look like it hit him, but that's not enough.
Yeah, and just the way Craig reacted, I'm guessing it got him.
We are finding with instant replay as Jerry Lane is looking for the headset. Where is it? We're finding with replay call stands is always a good possibility with a close call. It's tough because
you don't know.
You just don't know if the ball deflects in any small way. Okay, now this angle. I still would say no, but I mean, could it have touched a sleeve? That's possible.
That's typically what the umpire calls. He hears the sound. He hears the little. The little, it hits the sleeve, the arm, whatever it hits, and then the catch. So you hear that consecutive sounds. And again, so this is after the 6th inning. So
he still had his challenge. He can use it.
So this is officially a challenge. I thought late in the game, after the 6th inning, it was a matter of.
If you don't have one after 6, you can suggest or ask for one. Yeah, but this, I suppose, goes down as an official challenge.
Call stands.
Call will stand. So, not much more the Cubs can say about it.
No, they're not saying that it was confirmed that it absolutely hit him. It's just they can't overrule it. So here we go. First
It'll
and
be
second,
John
nobody
Jay.
out. John Jay up there.
And Shane Robinson will run for Craig. Feeling this wouldn't be easy. It never is here in St. Louis, that's for sure.
Yeah, interesting decision here for Mike Matheny. The situation calls for a bunt, but Veras has had struggles with his command. Are you willing to give up an out here if you're Matheny?
And Molina might be one of the slowest runners in the league. That's got to be a really good bunt. And that was not. It was foul.
And Jay is a good bunter.
Yeah, and if he can get Bonifacio to field it, Molina's free and clear at third.
Veras finishes his delivery, drifts off a little bit to the first base side. Big guy. So don't expect him to be cat-like out there on the mound. If you're the Cubs here, you've got a 2-run lead. You want to make sure you get an out here. You don't have to be overly aggressive trying to nail a lead runner. Just get an out.
John Jay played 157 games last year for the Cardinals. Squares again. This time he gets it down, and a base hit could tie it as they have runners at second and third with one out. Now Borges.
Infielders have to leave their feet, knock the ball down, don't let it through. Outfield could afford to shorten up a little bit here.
The first pitch to Borges gets away. And now the tying runs at third as Molina scores. That hurts. 3-2 now. I'll tell you, JD, with Varus, I mean, some of his pitches here in the first few appearances have been, and that might be a passed ball. It is. And I thought actually it was more inside than it was.
Look at the run on that pitch.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Willie a little late to react.
There are times when Varus has missed, he has missed badly. Infield in. And the 1-0 pitch, dribbled foul. Cubs hanging on now for dear life. Leading 3-2.
Yeah, and clearly you have to pull the infield in here. You got a one-run lead in the bottom of the ninth. The downside, of course, if Borges punches one through that infield, he's standing on first base, and he's a very good base stealer, so he could get himself into scoring position. But this is the play.
And time called. Single hit batter. Upheld via replay. Sack bunt. Passed ball. We've seen a little bit of everything here in the bottom of the ninth. And the 1-1 pitch is a pitch out, thinking the Cardinals might squeeze.
Now with Borges up there. And Robinson, the speedy guy on base. Understandable that the Cubs would be thinking that way.
The kick, the 2-1. Borges held on the curveball, 3-1. Rickey chopping on that gum here in the ninth. Well, he might have gone.
Yeah. Looked like a swing.
He cannot challenge check swings. That is a judgment call. The 3-1 pitch, and that clipped him. He's hit 2 batters this inning. It would have been ball 4 if it hadn't hit him. It does set up a double play chance. And here comes Chris Bosio with nobody up in the bullpen.
He's got a very violent delivery. Because of that, he does have struggles with his command.
Well, it's not a great adjective to describe a closer's innings, but they have been too eventful.
Yeah, and for that reason,
Cubs liking.
you know, we talked about the trust factor in your short inning guys, whether it's your 8th inning guy or your closer, and typically managers go, okay, here's your ball, it's your inning. Because of the struggles that we've seen from Veras, you know, I think it, you know, would make sense to have somebody up in the bullpen getting ready behind him. You know, it's a tough situation for Renteria. Early in the year, you've made the commitment, this guy's my closer.
Well, at this point, it is Jose Veras.
Would you know, because Matt Carpenter's next. You might want Wesley Wright for Carpenter, but nobody's up.
Descalzo struck out against Strop in his first at bat in the 8th. Borges with great wheels, not running, and the curveball is low. Ball 1. Biter here in St. Louis. 1st and 3rd, 1 out. Cubs lead 3-2. A check on Borges. Would Mike Matheny think about sending Borges in this at bat?
Yeah, well, the Cubs are playing for 2 in the middle.
Long pause before the pitch. Another one in the dirt. Well, Castillo charged with a passed ball to allow the second run to score, but earning his keep here with a guy who's clearly struggling to find the strike zone.
And I would think Descalzo would be taking all the way here. It just may depend on, you know, Matheny and whether he trusts Descalzo or not to jump on a cripple fastball here 2-0, but with Veras struggling, certainly understandable if he was in take mode.
Here it comes. Borges running. The pitch is outside, and a stolen base for Peter Borges. Takes away the double play chance, and now Veras in danger of loading the bases, which you might consider if a guy didn't have 199 hits last year who's standing on deck. You don't want to face him in any situation. Now the infield's got to come in. Here it is. It's a strike.
Yeah, and you know, if you keep the infield back and you concede a run and you're tied, you know, you've got your closer on the mound. You've already used Strop. The downside, of course, a base hit wins the game for the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Now they're backing off.
Now the middle guys playing deep, cornermen in. 3-1. Ball 4. Oh boy. Here comes Carpenter with the bases loaded. Three of the base runners coming on 2 hit batters and a walk in this inning.
Rick Renteria was asked after that second shaky outing by Jose Veras about a possible change in the closer, and he said that's too early to even think about that.
I think that question will come up again. Can Veras get out of it? The pitch to Matt Carpenter, low and outside.
Check out those numbers.
Oh man. He's due for an out.
Well, and you know, he's very disciplined. He's not likely to chase. I think you have to get right after him. Hopefully hits it hard at somebody. A little one hopper to Darwin Barney. And get out of Dodge.
The 1-0 pitch outside. Now the problem is he hasn't thrown enough strikes this inning to get calls. And it's been an inconsistent zone, to say the least, tonight for Gabe Morales.
Yeah, and that's a
Could have
pitch
been called.
Yeah, that's a pitch sometimes you get. And it's also a pitch a lot of hitters will offer at. But again, Matt Carpenter, very patient.
Ooh. 2-1. He had no choice but to challenge him. And it worked on that pitch. Robinson, Borges, Descalzo. That will get out of play. It's 2-2. Back in it. Most of the fans on their feet. A few left early with their team down 3-1. Now it's 3-2. Two-two pitch.
Oh my!
Oh, Veras can't believe it. The Cubs dugout can't believe it.
Carpenter jumping out of the way, maybe influencing the call of Gabe Morales.
It's full 3-2. Pitch of the ball game coming up. Bases loaded, one out. Cubs lead by a run. And here it comes. Line shot to right. Sherholtz makes the catch. Here comes the throw. We're tied. A sacrifice fly on a hard hit line out by Matt Carpenter, and it's 3-3.
Yeah, you had the sense at the start of that at bat that Carpenter ultimately would hit the ball hard somewhere. The hope was he hit it on the ground and the Cubs could turn it into an inning-ending double play, but it's a line drive to right field deep enough to get the tying run home. Another tough hang with him for Jeff Samardzija. My goodness.
First and third now. Borges able to tag and make it to third. 2 outs in the inning. And the pitch to Wong. Ground ball. Rizzo with a little bobble. He will get to the bag, and we will go to extra innings. For the third time already this season, it's 3-3 after 9.
Today is the day that business travel works for you. Today you'll breeze through security and board early and earn double points on your flight. Today's the day that we make your business our business. Southwest Business Select Fares. If it matters to you, it matters to us.
Hey, what's this? Uverse Live TV?
With AT&T Uverse, you can watch live TV from your device anywhere in your home.
Hey.
So you won't miss a minute of the game. Call now to get a Uverse bundle for the same great price for 2 years, guaranteed.
Live a full life. The new Lexus CT Hybrid with an EPA estimated 42 mpg. The further you go, the more interesting it gets. Lease the 2014 CT 200H for $299 a month for 27 months. See your Lexus dealer.
Extra innings are presented by Jack Link's Beef Jerky all season long. Jack Link's Beef Jerky. Feed your wild side. Well, we go to extra innings. Cubs played back-to-back games beyond regulation in Pittsburgh last week. Unfortunately, they lost both, and now they face Trevor Rosenthal.
A Cardinal closer. No wins, no losses, a 4.15 ERA. Perfect in save opportunities, 3 out of 3.
Very rough night for Veras.
Yeah, tough start for him as the closer of the Cubs, you know, getting this opportunity, and so far it hasn't really worked out. Rosenthal, mid-90s fastball, curveball, real good changeup.
That's Justin Grimm up in the bullpen. Line foul past third. You know, when a closer has a stretch like this, and there's no doubt the Cubs will have to, at least as Bonifacio strikes out, talk about what they might want to do moving forward. The effect on the bullpen is enormous, because you don't, if you make a change, JD, you don't take your 9th inning guy and just flip-flop with the 8th inning guy. Usually you try to bring him then into lower leverage situations to get his confidence back. The 8th inning guy goes to the 9th. Everybody slides up a slot. That 8th inning is hugely important, because you need to get to your closer in the first place. So it has a chain reaction.
Yeah, so there's 2 ways to handle it. You can
shallow right, and as Junior Lake pops to the second baseman Wong. Lake, the pinch hitter.
You can anoint someone else as your closer, or you can say, you know what, we're not going to have a quote-unquote closer. We're going to just work it situationally, and one day it might be Strop, another day we might need Wesley Wright or James Russell, get a tough left-hander out to finish off a ball game. I tell you, the guy who's taken a big step forward in my eyes is Hector Rondon. The way he threw the ball at the end of last year and the way he's been throwing the ball so far this year, you know, he may be a guy you look to pitch more in more meaningful situations.
Rizzo with 2 outs. First pitch swinging. Wong backhands, and that was quick. A 1-2-3-10th for Rosenthal. Cubs will try to get this game now into the 11th.
Jack Link's Beef Jerky presents Messin' with Sasquatch. Jack Link's Jerky. Feed your wild side.
Those little things still get you. Cialis Tadalafil for daily use helps you be ready anytime the moment is right. Cialis is also the only daily ED tablet approved to treat symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines, and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or any allergic reactions like rash, hives, swelling of the lips, tongue, or throat, or difficulty breathing or swallowing, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis for daily use and a free 30-tablet trial.
It's almost impossible to get them to sit down to dinner. That's why we have
KFC Dip-Ums!
A KFC Dip-Ums bucket. 20 extra crispy tenders.
6 awesome sauces.
I mean, he's sitting still. This is kind of miraculous.
Here's right-hander Justin Grimm.
He's been busy. He's on for the 7th time. He's also been effective, evidenced by that 0 ERA through 6 innings. An inning and 1/3 in the ball game yesterday. 1 hit, no runs, couple of punch outs through 21 pitches. He's got 3, 4, 5 to contend with here in the bottom half of the 10th, so he's got some heavy lifting to do.
I try to never make too many concrete observations based on just anecdotal evidence in this game, but I swear to you, every time we come here, Yadier Molina seems to come up with the game on the line. He led off the 9th with a base hit, scored their 2nd run, and he's due up 3rd here in the 10th.
Yeah, that was...
I've had enough of you, Yadier.
It's been my experience, too, all the years I was working for Houston. That seemed to happen quite often. For so long, the focus of this lineup was Albert Pujols. Obviously, he's moved along. It's a more balanced lineup now. Molina, over the years, has gotten a lot of big hits for this club.
No slouches in front of Molina, starting with Holiday. Ball 1 low.
Trying to get that fastball in. You see Welly setting up inside. Justin cutting it off a little bit, missing down. And out over the plate a little bit. And I think this is a, hey, trust your stuff, man. But make your pitch in there. We can pop him up. You can jam him. Now, Holiday has been pitched in all night long. And you're always wary of a guy like Holiday in this situation, cheating a little bit and opening up on that inside fastball. So they may go away here. No, he's still going to work in.
3-0 with Adams on deck. Cubs went down very quickly in the top of this inning. On 6 pitches. Ball 4. Adams not paid to bunt. Cubs outfield about as deep as they can play without being on the warning track. Ryan Sweeney's about 380 feet from home plate. He's above the arch. Another good block by Castillo.
I wonder if they discuss that in scouting meetings. We're going to play this guy above the arch.
Here comes Ricky Renteria. That's 5 straight bad ones from Grimm to start the inning.
So I think this is the, hey, you've got good stuff. Go ahead and throw it in there. If he beats us, he beats us. But let's not continue to tiptoe around these hitters. Trust your stuff.
Two balls, no strikes. Grimm has a sign. 3-0. Man, 7 pitches all out of the strike zone. Ball 4. First and second, nobody out.
Yadier Molina.
Holiday the winning run at second. Adams at first. They both walked on 4 pitches. And Molina will be thinking right side of the field. He might just take until he gets a strike. Well, he swings away. Tried to ambush him.
Yeah, a lot of times in that situation, a veteran hitter will go up there looking for one pitch, and if he gets it, he'll take a whack at it. It looked like Yachty was looking fastball in. He just didn't get a good action on that two-seamer from Justin Grimm. Now he'll probably shorten up. Good job.
I think he went. He did. 0-2. Last 2 Cub relievers creating a lot of their own problems. Veras in the 9th, Grimm here in the 10th.
Triple plays in order.
It is.
Nothing wrong with begging.
Shank foul. Robinson on deck. He pinch ran in the 9th and scored the tying run. Another 1-2, and he got him. Molina strikes out swinging. Big first out for Justin Grimm.
Yeah, a couple real good sliders in that sequence. Strike 2 and then strike 3, getting Molina to expand the zone.
Unlike the 9th, the Cardinals don't have speed on the bases. A single does not necessarily score Holiday, although Jose Oquendo will probably try to send him. The pitch.
Yeah.
Slider strike.
Locked in with that slider now, and for that reason the Cubs are shortened up in the outfield, especially on the offside. Shearholt's in right. Pete Kozma, light hitter, is on deck. Pitcher spot is next for the Cardinals. So that punch out of Molina by Grimm was huge.
Tried it again, 1-1. They're still playing in Arlington, and they're still scoreless in the 12th. The Astros and Rangers. 8 hits combined in that one. 6 runs on 17 hits here. We're in the 10th in a 3-3 tie. Fly ball, right field. Shearholtz may have some room, and he can't get it as he tumbles into the front row, and a fan onto the field will probably be thrown out, as he should be. You can't run on the field, young man.
He figures by throwing the ball back, he's off the hook. Now he's not sure which way he's going.
He will not be treated kindly here.
Yeah, that's an awkward play with that low wall over there, knee high.
I would ask what the fan was thinking, but I don't think he was. Meantime, 1-2. Here it is, low and outside. Broke his bat, shallow left. Kalish the catch. Holiday went hard back into second, anticipating a throw, which never did come. 2 outs.
A real nice job here by Justin Grimm. It looks like they're going to let Rosenthal hit.
I was thinking that would be the other benefit of getting to that spot, is getting Rosenthal out of the game. He threw only 6 pitches in the top of this inning.
Pretty good swing. He's a position player in college. Interesting, though. I guess it speaks to the lack of confidence in Kozma to try to drive in. That's the winning run out there on second base.
One career plate appearance in the big leagues for Rosenthal. It was a strikeout.
I think it's one thing if you're in a tie game and you want to leave your closer in there and there's a man on first, or 2 outs, nobody on, but with a winning run on second base, it's really an interesting play.
One and two. This is a pitch you want to make something happen. If you can. If you're Justin Grimm. The 2-2 called strike three. Went with a slider to get Rosenthal, which will take us into the 11th. He walked the first 2 batters on 8 consecutive balls and then got the next 3 guys in order.
Jack Link's Beef Jerky presents Messin' with Sasquatch. Jack Link's Jerky. Feed your wild side.
Keep your yard looking great with Remington trimmers from Menards. This 17-inch straight shaft gas trimmer features a 25cc 2-cycle engine and a quick start system that makes starting faster and easier. Now just $79.99. Maintain the health of your lawn with this 32-pound bag of Forever Green Crabgrass Preventer. It controls crabgrass and many other types of weeds, covering up to 10,000 square feet. Only $14.99 after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Real sports fans want to watch the game live, and nobody has more live sports than Xfinity. This is our sports app.
It'll show you every game that's playing live and every game that's scheduled to play.
It's got everything I need.
Live scores updated right now.
See these live games highlighted in white? Click on any of them and watch live.
Fourth quarter, it's all tied up. Want to see this triple overtime game.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing.
This is the ultimate experience right here.
Enjoy the most live sports like never before with an Xfinity X1 Triple Play. See for yourself. Call 1-800-XFINITY.
3-3 Cubs and Cards. Justin Grimm found a way out of it in the bottom of the 10th. Rosenthal continues on here in the 11th.
It's going to be really interesting to read the papers tomorrow and hear Mike Matheny's explanation for Rosenthal staying in this game, not using Cosmo to pinch hit. I mean, it looked like Rosenthal could swing the bat a little bit, and Cosmo's not much of a hitter, so it's a move that would be widely second-guessed, but I suspect he'll have a pretty good defense for his position. Pinch hitting's not an easy job.
Well, I mentioned Sherholtz yesterday that he was due. I guess I was a day early. Tonight, his best game at the plate to date. Hits in his last 3 at-bats, including an RBI single in the 8th. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss.
Yeah, it'd be a lot easier for Nate to look at the stat sheet tomorrow. He came in hitting a .185. Now he's up to 258. One big day this early in the year can turn things around greatly.
Rondon and Wright. Cubs bullpen has been used a lot here early on. Already their 3rd extra innings affair. There's a line drive that's going to drop down, and it'll be extra bases for Scherholtz, his 4th hit of the ball game. That's a leadoff double.
Boy, how good is that swing? Knee-high fastball. He just carves it into the left field corner. What are you going to do here? Bunt him over? One option. Trust Sweeney to at least pull the ball. Get him over that way, maybe squirt one through the hole for a knock. Going with plan A.
Picked up foul. Bunted fair, and Adams will apply the tag. There it is. Go ahead run 90 feet away with Castro coming up. Infield pulled in. And the pitch to Starlin is inside for a ball, and he held up on his swing. Came in red hot, has gone 0 for 4 to this point. Doesn't need a hit to give the team the lead. Mike Matheny will interrupt the proceedings.
Whatever he's saying, there's general agreement. A lot of head nodding going on. Yeah, we're with you, Skip.
Small sample size, but
that's
good results.
We're going to put him on.
Ryan Kalish on deck. Well, I think Starlin's ability to make contact has to play into this a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that was a big part of it. And we'll see how they deploy the infielders. They play for 2 in the middle. Those Rosenthal, with his arsenal, strikes me as more of a ground ball guy than a fly ball pitcher, and that has been the case in his career. Squeeze.
And he popped it up. You got to run. Now, Molina's not going to take a chance there, but Ryan's got to run. 2 outs. The other question, did he do that on his own? As we'll find out later. Castillo takes a strike.
I don't know. I'd be surprised. It didn't look like a suicide squeeze.
No, it wasn't.
Like a safety, you know.
On Castillo. Here's the pitch in the dirt and a backhanded pick on that short hop by Molina. Don't think this is how you teach it necessarily, but he didn't really have much of a choice. It was a fastball, and again, you're not expecting that pitch to be in the dirt. Driven in the air, deep to left center. Out of here. That is a 3-run homer.
Well, the theme early in the ball game, if you were with us throughout this long affair, was Cub hitters missing fastballs. When Joe Kelly, the starter, was on the mound, well, he did not miss that one. Home run number 2 for Wellington Castillo is huge. Oh, man. Right down Broadway, up above the belt. Take a long look, big fella. Ford home run replay. Yeah, he got out in front of that one.
Well, what a pick-me-up that is after the Kalish pop out on the bunt. A 2-out, 3-run homer. Darwin Barney shoots one the other way. It'll be run down by Robinson. Wellington Castillo with a 3-run blast. Can the Cubs close them out in the bottom of the 11th?
Real sports fans want to watch the game live, and nobody has more live sports than Xfinity.
This is our sports app.
It'll show you every game that's playing live and every game that's scheduled to play.
It's got everything I need. Live scores updated right now.
See these live games highlighted in white? Click on any of them and watch live.
Fourth quarter, it's all tied up. I want to see this triple overtime game.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing.
This is the ultimate experience right here.
Enjoy the most live sports like never before with an Xfinity X1 Triple Play. See for yourself. Call 1-800-XFINITY.
You know what phones are supposed to have? Buttons. One for each number. So-called smartphones have 2, maybe 3 buttons max. That's neat. But what do you do when you want to dial a 4? It's not so smart then, is it?
Nice phone, dude.
Thanks.
Smartphones make life easier. That's why Esurance is introducing Video Appraisal. You can use your smartphone to video chat with a claims expert. They'll assess the damage and help settle your claim faster than ever. Welcome to the modern world. Esurance, backed by Allstate. Click or call.
Wellington Castillo with a 3-run homer to give the Cubs a 3-run lead here in the 11th. And now Hector Rondon has a save opportunity.
Well, we were just talking about Hector. Is he a guy that could take a step up and be a guy you would consider in the 8th inning or possibly even the 9th inning if Jose Veras continues to struggle? He's looked really good so far. Does not have a major league save yet. And here's a big chance for him to show his mettle.
Chance for his first career save. That guy could get the win. Grimm. And what a jam he worked out of after he walked the first 2 in the bottom of the 10th. Borges to start it.
And second guessers now have a little more fuel for the fire with Mike Matheny and allowing Rosenthal to take that at bat. Whoa!
That hit the bat. And Borges picks himself up. Mike Matheny and one of their athletic trainers thought it might have hit him. They were out of the dugout. But he's all right.
Looking to bunt for a base hit. Couldn't get it pulled back out of the way in time.
Ball and 2 strikes. We have seen Rondon's confidence grow starting late last year. 2-2.
Well, the comfort level of this at bat for Borges just went downhill significantly after that fastball up and in, and every ensuing batter, that's in the back of your mind.
And he got him. 1 away. For a game summary. A lot has gone on tonight. Nate Scherholtz, one of his 4 hits. This scored Mike Gold all the way from first base. And the Cubs had a 3-1 lead. Jose Veras gave up a couple of runs in the 9th inning. That's how we got to extras as Descalzo takes a strike. And then Wellington Castillo with a 3-run homer here in the top of the 11th. Inside on a cutter. A topper as Rondon will flip to Rizzo. 2 outs. Trevor Rosenthal batted in the bottom of the 10th with 2 men on and struck out, and then Castillo with that big home run. And the Cubs now an out away as Matt Carpenter will dig in. He tied it with that sac fly in the 9th. Anything about Rondon that you like? He doesn't waste any time, does he? He gets the ball, he's ready to go.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem rushed, but there's no wasted effort or time out there when he pitches. 1-1.
This will be a real nice win If Hector can finish it off here after letting one get away yesterday and in jeopardy of doing the same thing here tonight. Another outstanding start for Jeff Samardzija tonight. The Cubs starters have been really good.
Two pitch. Count holding.
Day game tomorrow. 1:15. Carlos Villanueva and Adam Wainwright, the starting pitchers.
Two on the way, ball 4.
We talked earlier about Carpenter and his on-base skills. That's 3 times tonight he's been on. Five official trips. Had a sacrifice in the 9th.
The guy Rondon doesn't want to get to his holiday because he would be the tying run. Willie telling him be aggressive here.
He said, dude, I just hit a 3-run home run to win this game for us. Don't mess it up.
Rangers beat the Astros 1-0 in 12 innings. Just went final. Runner goes, pitches a strike. No steal for Carpenter.
That game played at the ballpark in Arlington. There probably haven't been too many 1-0 games in that stadium. That's a great hitter's park. Astros managed just 2 hits in 12 innings.
Wong with a bouncer to Bonifacio. Throw to first. Cubs win. Cubs win. Hector Rondon gets his first career save. Hero of the game, his catcher. Wellington Castillo is our GMC professional grade player of the game for his 3-run homer to win it.
Yeah, he had a single earlier in the ball game, but this was the difference maker right here. And when he first hit it, I wasn't sure, but one look at Matt Holliday and left, he gave up on it fairly quickly. You knew that one was flying into the seats. Big swing of the bat for Wellington Castillo and a good win for the Cubs.
Piece of cake.
Nothing to it. Had him all the way.
So for JD and our entire crew, John Walsh, Skip Ellison, Tamara Anderson, Mark Harper, Jim Corno Jr., Len Casper saying so long from Busch Stadium. The final in 11, Cubs 6, Cardinals 3. Back at you tomorrow, 12:30 for the pregame. First pitch, 1:15 from St. Louis. Coming up next, Blue Cross Blue Shield Cubs post-game live.
Hi, everybody. I'm David Kaplan along with Todd Hollinsworth. Cubs get it done. I thought I was going to have a stroke in here, but they find a way to outlast the Cards, and Welly Castillo comes in.
Right. Well, I'll tell you one guy that was thought it was well worth the wait, Wellington Castillo. Boy, you know, off to a bit of a slow start. Huge hit right there. Gets a fastball at the top of the zone from Rosenthal. Gets the biggest hit of the night, and sometimes it is worth the wait. The guys go through it. This is the start of a road trip. Great win for the team. Great start by Samardzija. Bullpen, yeah, we're going to get into that a little bit, but we'll take the W.
A little bit?
Right.
We're going to get into that a lot. But I also have to talk about Mike Matheny, one of the more ridiculous decisions I've seen in quite a while. We'll get Holly's take on it, a whole lot more. Our post-game show is next, so stick around right here on CSN.
Hi, everybody, it's Pat Hughes. Wrigley Field is one of the most recognizable landmarks in America and is celebrating its 100th anniversary this year. Louisville Slugger, the official bat of Major League Baseball, is commemorating this milestone with the laser-engraved two-tone 34-inch full-size bat. It's lasered with the Wrigley Field 100th anniversary logo and historic ballpark facts. This bat sells for $129.95 and is limited to 5,000 individually numbered units. Call Big Time Bats now at 1-866-280-BATS.
Before earning enough cash back from Bank of America to help pay for her kids' ice time. Before earning 1% cash back everywhere, every time.
Close the front door!
And 2% back at the grocery store. Even before she got 3% back on gas with no hoops to jump through. Katie used her Bank Americard Cash Rewards credit card to stay warm and toasty during the heat of competition. That's the comfort of rewarding connections. Apply online or at a Bank of America near you.
This is a head-to-head challenge. We want to find out which vehicle you prefer.
Flory. Okay. This is awesome. Woo!
Wow, a lot more pickup than the Honda. The Fusion does not feel like a four-cylinder. Is that because of the EcoBoost?
So with the Fusion, it just has a younger vibe to me. The winner is Ford Fusion, hands down.
See for yourself during the EcoBoost Challenge and get a Fusion with 0% financing for 60 months plus 1,000 bonus cash or lease for $189 a month.
Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. Your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Honda dealers, as reliable as the cars themselves. AT&T, mobilizing your world. Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. Menards, save big money at Menards on all your home improvement needs. And by Audi, truth in engineering. This is Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Blue Cross and Blue Shield.
Driven in the air, deep to left center! Out of here! That is a three-run homer.
That was the biggest blow of the evening. A three-run bomb off the bat of Wellington Castillo, and the Cubs, in extras, beat the Cardinals 6-3. All right, hello, welcome to Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield. He is good old number 28, Todd Hollinsworth. I'm David Kaplan. Okay, I was getting a little upset in here watching the ninth inning meltdown. You were trying to calm me down. I have a lot of questions about it. All right. But that has got to be a great shot in the arm for a team that battled all night long.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, we talk about the offense. I mean, that's the first thing that comes to mind. I talked about this a little bit in the pregame show, what we saw them do at Wrigley Field. I said, you know, the next step this year is really taking it out on the road, being better on the road, finding ways to win tough ball games. Well, tonight, Jeff Samardzij's out there. You're thinking, oh, my gosh, are you kidding me? They're not going to score another run for Jeff Samardzij tonight. They build in the middle innings. They get this thing tied. They get the lead back. They give it back. I tell you, and I've said this time and time again, this is a credit to what's going on. Ricky Rennery, I will give him credit for this, and I know it's early. But those bullpen blow-ups, man, I tell you, they will tear your clubhouse apart. Those are wins that you have that you give back. And your boys end up out there, you know, extra at-bats, grinding it out, 11 innings, day game tomorrow. I mean, these things will wear your team down. They fight, I'll tell you, and I'll give it to them. They're fighting as well as I've seen the team in the last 2 or 3 seasons in Chicago fight this Cubs team right now, and this is a good group of guys. So they're getting Ricky Rennery his message right now, and it is nice to see them battle back offensively. They're not giving at-bats away. Well, you and I have seen that quite often, getting to this extra inning game, and sometimes you just end up giving those at-bats back, and you feel like, oh, this thing's just going on and on and on and on. I mean, Nate Shearholt's going the other way, setting the table, moving them up with a sack bunt. I mean, they built an inning right there.
All right, let's go in order of some of the things that really hacked off the fan base, got me all ticked off. I'll start with Dave. I want to keep calling him Dave Veers. Jose Veras. He comes in. He's the closer. Walk, hit by pitch. He ends up giving up the lead. But what is he doing still in there when it's obvious he can't get the outs tonight? He's just not finding the strike zone.
Well, Cappy, it really does kind of come down to the situation that you have in the bullpen. Ricky Renneria is protecting some of these guys, some of these younger arms that you have down here. And yes, you've seen good results from Rondon. You've seen good results from Grimm. But again, you throw them into the fire. I mean, I got to be honest, that would be my best answer. And there might be a different answer out there. It is just my opinion. I haven't heard Ricky Renneria talk about it other than to say that, he is going to try to protect these guys a bit. But now you're in a position where this is kind of sped up on you. Veras is struggling through an inning. Where are you going to go to? You're going to go to the two struggling lefties, or are you going to throw the young guys out there? And it's not even their inning. See, I mean, you're bringing them into the flame. And are they ready for the flame? For me, it's like even Rondon picks up his first save tonight. You give him a clean inning. You give him an opportunity to go out there. If he makes a mess for himself, maybe get himself out of the mess, but he didn't make the mess. Veras made the mess. So now you're bringing them in. He had to clean up the mess in order to get out of this thing. He decided to go with the pro, the guy that's been there and been through these battles and has been closing for years. So they stayed with Veras, and, well, you know what? Thankfully, it ended up as a tie score. That's the best thing I can give you right now. I mean, I wish there were other certainties in the bullpen, but right now, I've got to be honest, there aren't. A couple of guys that you don't trust right now, a couple of guys who are pretty young, and Rondon doesn't have a save. Grimm is just now establishing himself as well down there. So I think you're kind of in a bit of a bind.
All right. Late inning letdown. We showed you this board in the pregame show. Cubs have now allowed 7 runs in the first 3 innings all season. 9 runs in innings 4 through 6. But from the 7th inning on, Cubs relievers have given up 23 runs. That just can't continue, or you're going to win 50-some ball games. You can't. That cannot happen.
Well, I mean, to be fair, you're right. You're absolutely right. They're struggling. I mean, I can't sit here and sugarcoat it or pretend to tell the Cubs fans something else is going to happen. I understand that, but I will say this. It's going around baseball a little bit. Let's not forget what the Cubs just did to the Cardinals bullpen, and what we just witnessed was a great comeback victory against their highly talented, highly respected bullpen that was just pitching in the World Series last year. You've seen this a little bit in the early goings, in other places as well. South side of town, they've been struggling a little bit. You got to let this thing feel itself out. Find the guys that you're going to be able to trust, whether it's Rondon or Grimm and these guys taking on more responsibility. Those things may come. Maybe some change comes. Maybe Veras isn't the closer tomorrow. We'll find out. But again, Ricky Renneria is trying to trust these guys right now. And that's one thing is you don't want to do as a manager is freak out and overreact in the first 2 weeks of the season. You got to remember this is a 6. One of these guys might end up being great.
Like me and half a Cubs nation tonight?
But see, and that's the thing. I mean, we sit on every win around here. I get that. And you feel the passion, you feel the emotion, and you want your team to win the ball game. And you've got a sense right now that the boys are swinging the bats and they're battling back and the starting pitching's great. So let's get somebody in there that's going to get it done. Well, guess what? The bullpen's struggling right now. I can't deny it. I thought it would be something that might be a stronger place to go this year. I've even gone in the preseason. We were talking about this. I thought the bullpen was starting to take shape. They're struggling right now, flat out. But so are a few others. Let them breathe a little bit, see what happens. If they continue to struggle, I completely expect change. And I'll tell you what, there's no way that you can trust Veras right now at the end of the game. You've got to go somewhere else. Now, where do you go? That's the question.
All right. My next question is, and I think Mike Matheny's a good baseball man. He obviously runs a tight ship at St. Louis. But you have the winning run sitting at second base with 2 outs. The winning run. And he lets his pitcher hit? Yeah. Are you kidding? That may be one of the dumbest decisions I have seen.
You asked me my thoughts. I would have hit. I mean, you asked me on the spot, what would I do? I said I'd be hitting for him right there. I'd be sending Pete Cosma up. I think it's the last guy on your bench there in that situation. But again, I mean, the answer that you probably have, and Mike Matheny knows this better than the rest of us, what's your condition in your bullpen? You've got Rosendahl, who had 6 pitches the inning before. You're trying to take your best guy left and maybe get something more out of him. And that's really what it comes down to. You got 2 outs, you got a chance to win the ball game. Personally, you go for it. I think that's exactly what you do, but he didn't. He chose to try to play it safe. And look at the double whammy, as I've said. So now Rosenthal goes back out there. He ends up taking the loss, ends up going 20-plus pitches, but 2 innings and up and a down.
He probably is out.
He
for
might
tomorrow.
not be available tomorrow, so that could be an advantage certainly to the Cubs as well. So we'll see how it certainly plays itself out. But I will say this, both managers are dealing with bullpens. What was the final key to this game in the pregame show? Bullpens. I mean, it's really as simple as that. Both of these bullpens are struggling an awful lot. Mike Matheny's trying to figure out what's going on right now. Ricky Renneria doing the same thing.
All right, let's also talk about Ryan Kalish in the 10th. What is going on with the bunt?
I wish I had an answer. I don't. Best answer I can give you is a missed sign. Because, again, if this was a squeeze, even if it was a safety squeeze, you would have a runner that would have tipped his hand to some extent. And in the broadcast, of course, you and I don't have eyes of this. You know, we're not at the game. Would have been able to pick up on that. It would have been Nate Schierholtz 2 hard steps down the line. As soon as contact was made, he would have tipped his hand. There was none of that. So that's got to be a missed sign. It shocked me as much as anybody. I'm thinking in the situation because really you're just trying to avoid a double play and a ball to the outfield gets you a run. So for that situation to happen right there, I was shocked. And boy, I'll tell you, if Wellington Castillo didn't pick him up, I think that might be where I would have popped.
Oh, that was unbelievable. All right, let's check out our Sports Authority Play the Game. And that goes to catcher Wellington Castillo. 2 on and 2 out in the 11th. Ball game over. Right there, that was your game-winning blow. Cubs would get a save out of Rondon. But that home run gave them 3 runs and a 6-3 victory. He got all of it.
Oh, not only did he get all of it, but I hope the fans at home really appreciate what you just saw right there with Wellington Castillo catching up to 95 in the 11th inning. He was out there catching this entire ball game, and I mean that to me is impressive. I mean, you watch a catcher. I mean, obviously I've been around him my whole life. I mean, these guys, they wear down in a day, just like not like the rest of us. I mean, they're like starters. I mean, they get in there, they're grinding it out, they're sitting in the crouch all game long, blocking pitches, extra innings, and boom, he turns around 95 there late in the ball game. I hope that's really a positive sign, a good sign of things to come for Wellington Castillo, who to me is starting to swing the bat the way we saw him finish up last year.
All right, Rondon now 16 consecutive scoreless innings. Time now to check out our pitching recap. Jeff Samardzija, another quality start. 7 strong innings, 1 earned run, 4 strikeouts. Joe Kelly went 6 innings, gave up 1 run unearned while striking out 3. But let's talk about the Shark, Jeff Samardzija. Another solid start.
7 innings. I mean, tell me if you haven't heard this line before. 7 innings, 98 pitches, still hasn't even got to 100 pitches. 6 hits, earned run, 4 strikeouts. I mean, honestly, the earned run could go either way. It was early in the ball game. It was on a little dunk shot into right field by Yadier Molina after he had thrown a wild pitch or a fastball, depending on how you see it. Really, that's what it comes down to. He was just flat out dominant tonight. I mean, this is the new Jeff Samardzija. I'm excited to talk about it. I'm excited to report on it because it's a lot of fun to watch him pitch right now. He's making pitches. He's changing speeds. He's adding and subtracting. Didn't have his slider tonight, as I was kind of leading in early in the pregame show, talking about how much we've been seeing that good slider. Didn't have it. Made a nice adjustment. Got away from him. Went to the cutter. Went to the splitty a little bit more tonight and continued to dominate this St. Louis Cardinals lineup. The question was, would they score a few runs for the young man? And they finally got some across. Unfortunately, he still gets an
ND again.
Unbelievable.
All right, let's talk about Joe Kelly because he was equally good for the 6 innings he was in there. Cubs really struggled with him.
No, he did a nice job. I really do feel like the Cubs missed some pitches here, though. I mean, you watch some of these pitches, certainly the fastballs. Give a little more leeway on the curveballs, but there was a lot of fastballs I thought the Cubs could have done a little bit more with. But I will say this. I mean, it really comes down to this. Joe Kelly throws pretty hard. I mean, 94, 96, you saw it. Whether he was intentionally adding and subtracting that fastball, I don't know, because he does throw a four-seamer more times than not. But what you're seeing is a heavy dose of the curveball, but that's what he got to, that and the changeup as the game went on. So he did a nice job changing gears, dominated this Cubs lineup, was efficient, kept himself in there. I mean, honestly, he probably could have stayed out there a little bit longer. Mike Matheny chose to get him out. Probably just at the right time because it felt like it was unraveling for him just a little bit. That was the inning where they had the double steal. The Cubs tried to pull off the double steal right there, or the hit and run and double steal, however you choose to look at that one as well. But Kelly, he was solid for them again tonight, gave him a good shot at winning.
All right, let's take a look at a couple of things here early in the game. First, the Cardinals' second inning. This is how they took the lead, and a lead that for a long while looked like it might hold up. 1-0 victory, so the Cubs were able to tie it. But there's the Cardinals getting the job done. They get things rolling here early. Molina gets the RBI single, though, after the Adams leadoff double that you're watching right now.
Well, that's the slider right there. That's the slider Jeff Samardzija threw him, and that's the slider that I was talking about. That's a pitch that he had really leaned on his last 2 starts, a pitch that was effective for him, and I thought he was going to use it against the guys in the middle of the lineup because, again, they've been their hottest hitters, and that's how much I think that he's starting to believe in that slider. Unfortunately, he hadn't established it yet, didn't have a good feel for it. The slider was the double down the line. The slider was also the wild pitch. And then you've got the play right here where Yadi Molina fights off the ball. Guess what? Whether he catches it or not, that's probably a sacrifice fly or an RBI single either way because Shearholtz left his feet. So that's the run.
All right, here's the Cubs 7th. Here's how they get it tied. There's a booted ball. That's a play that has to be made on a shift on Rizzo. And then here's a base hit. It's going to go the other way. The Cubs end up on a Sweeney base hit. Oppo. They tie the ball game.
All right, well, that's what
should have been a bigger inning.
Well, it should have been. I mean, this thing's going to... We're moving in the right direction now. Here you go. You're going to get this thing tied up from here on out. That's about all you want to talk about. But, right, great piece of hitting right there from Sweeney. Guys in the middle of the lineup put together good at-bats. I talked about this telling you a little bit how they were getting two-strike hits. Lengthening at bats is what you want to see, so they did a nice job.
All right, let's go to the 8th inning. Cubs fundamentals. They get the job done by really doing a nice job manufacturing runs, putting the ball in play. There's the bunt down. They'll end up, they got to go to first. Those are little things that they don't always do well.
Well, the first base hit's on a 1-2 pitch, and then you got the sacrifice bunt. Look at the count right here, 2-2 pitch, fights it off. Giving up the inside corner just a little bit, but protecting at the same time, making sure you protect away. That's exactly what you do. You become reactionary. Make sure you can cover the whole plate. And wow, what an at-bat by Anthony Rizzo against a tough lefty throwing 94, 95. That was the 7th pitch of the at-bat. That was the first curveball that he saw. Something he could handle a little bit more. Guy's throwing 94 miles an hour and jumped out in front of him. So great at-bat by Anthony right there. You're starting to see this thing come together. I'm not going to sit here and pretend, or I'm not going to predict the future, but I will say this. You're watching a team that is looking fundamental right now. They're doing things the right way. They're giving themselves a chance to win it, and the offense looks good.
And they obviously are willing to fight and scrap to try and come from behind. Time for a break here. Cubs Postgame Live presented by our great partners at Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. Coming up, Nate Shearholtz breaks out of his early season slump in a big way. We'll discuss. Holly and I right back.
Cubs Postgame Live is presented to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. Through it all.
Picking up pieces of my life, sometimes there's ones I just can't find, but they found a home with you. And when I think about the things that we've been through, I know just one thing is true. Life is better with you. Whoa, whoa. Life is better with you.
Refreshment calls, Coors Light answers. Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
Real sports fans want to watch the game live, and nobody has more live sports than Xfinity. This is our sports app.
It'll show you every game that's playing live and every game that's scheduled to play.
It's got everything I need.
Live scores updated right now.
See these live games highlighted in white? Click on any of them and watch live.
Fourth quarter, it's all tied up. I want to see this triple overtime game.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing.
This is the ultimate experience right here.
Enjoy the most live sports like never before with an Xfinity X1 Triple Play. See for yourself. Call 1-800-XFINITY.
Chili's new Southwest pairings are just $8, featuring all new items like tacos, enchiladas, tostadas, and more. Pick any two and create your perfect combo for $8. Chili's new Southwest pairings for just $8. More life happens here.
Cars may be created equal, but they don't stay that way. Right now, buy 3 select Firestone Destination LE2 tires and get the 4th one for free at Firestone Complete Auto Care. Whatever you drive, drive a Firestone.
Add character and protect your home with new Owens Corning shingles from Menards. True definition duration, our premier line shingles feature an exclusive SureNail technology with standing winds up to 130 miles per hour. And with 21 color options to choose, you're sure to find the right fit for your home. Add beauty and style with Plastival PVC railing. They're easy to assemble and virtually maintenance-free. Choose from a straight or stair section, just $39.99 each.
Save big money at Menards.
Time for our Four Seasons heating, air conditioning, and plumbing. Who's hot and who's not in slugging percentage this year? Who's hot? Cargo of the Rockies slugging 800, 4 bombs, 8 extra base hits. Chase Utley slugging 750. Both of his homers coming against the Cubs. Jason Kubel slugging 676, a bomb, and 7 extra base hits. Who's not? How about Alan Craig of the Cardinals? 088, no extra base hits, and 35 at-bats. Josh Reddick of the A's slugging just 103 and 29 at-bats. Mike Moustakas of the Royals, 2 extra base hits, slugging 133. We'll throw a bonus in there. Our friend Ricky Weeks, 0.0. Time now for the Subway winning box score. And this one belongs to Ricky Renteria's Chicago Cubs. Holly, take us through the box score.
Well, again, Emilio Bonifacio, 1 for 4 tonight. Had a nice sacrifice bunt, though, later in the game. Nate Shearholtz, he's the key. I mean, you see it right there. I talked about him a little bit in the pregame show. The guy that you want to see bust out. Guy in the middle of the lineup, catches up with good fastballs. Very good hitter, and you saw it tonight. Hits all over the place. 2 to left, 2 to right, and hopefully it's a sign of things to come. Ryan Sweeney as well getting hot. Big RBI, drives into tying run. And that's the bulk of it. Wellington Castillo, obviously the 3-run homer. That's the game winner. We certainly talk about that. But good at-bats from Anthony Rizzo tonight. I mean, he gets the collar 0 for 4, but guys in the middle getting it done right there. Shearholtz and Sweeney.
All right, time now for our UPS store. Taking care of business, player of the game. We give it to Cubs right fielder Nate Shearholtz. Came into the game tonight, hits in his last 2 games, and tonight Shearholtz shook off an early season slump, came through a 4 for 5 night.
Yeah, and real nice at bats tonight. Again, maybe buying into what's been kind of going on around him. Saw a little Anthony Rizzo in him tonight. Nate likes to pull the baseball. I know that about him, and he's certainly very good at getting the barrel of the bat out. And when he's in that good zone, he's hitting a lot more to right. But tonight, made some real nice adjustments, staying on the baseball, allowing himself right there, 95 miles an hour lefty, taking it the other way, dumping it in the left field, shoots one down the left field line to get that rally started in the 11th off Rosenthal. Base hit to right. These are all good at-bats and good signs of things to come. Again, you start to find success and you start to square up 95 like you did tonight, your confidence goes through the roof. That's what you want to do.
All right, couple of other things for you. Ricky Renteria just talked to the beat writers in his office and gave a vote of confidence to Jose Veras. Did it surprise you?
It does. It surprises me a little bit, but again, I'm also in the same. I'm in the school of I don't know where he goes quite yet. I wish there was a better answer. I'm not sure it's Rondon. I'm not sure that's where you want to go quite yet. I mean, you've got him to this point where Rondon's throwing the ball very, very well. It's been incremental steps, meaning a little bit more from the 6th to the 7th. He pitches tonight.
What about Pedro Strop?
Well, maybe, but again, I see even Pedro gives you signs of inconsistency each and every time out there. Tonight, you see the dominant stuff. He gets a couple guys on base. The next thing you know, you're like, whoa, oh, what's going on here? I love his arm. I mean, he's certainly got the velocity to go down there, but again, you've got to believe that you're able. You've got somebody who in there who not only has the stuff but has the mentality to pitch in the 9th inning.
All right, time now for another break. When we return, we recap Holly's Keys. We preview tomorrow's game with the Redbirds. Game 2 of the series. Be right back. Cubs Post Game Live continues, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Real pizza that tastes great? That's our specialty.
For just $12, try Papa John's new double pepperoni and bacon pizza. 1 layer of pepperoni, another layer of oversized deli-style pepperoni, and hickory smoked bacon. Oh yeah. Order now at papajohns.com.
White Rum has a new captain. Introducing the all-new Captain Morgan White Rum. 5 times distilled for a smoother taste.
We all have someone we love counting on us to arrive. So why count on anything less? The 2014 Mitsubishi Outlander. Named one of America's safest CUVs. Lease a 2014 Mitsubishi Outlander for $199 a month for 36 months.
Hey, what's this? Uverse Live TV?
With AT&T Uverse, you can watch live TV from your device anywhere in your home.
Hey.
So you won't miss a minute of the game. Call now to get a Uverse bundle for the same great price for 2 years, guaranteed.
Incredible ballpark. Great to produce. Easy to hit a home run. I don't know why it's so hard now that people cannot do it, but when the wind blowing out, that was the day that I want to make contact. Beautiful fans. I mean, go out there, have a relationship with the fan, good communication, and play hard. This is a great place in the world for me. Very nice. You know the place there. Every day is sell out, pack out. Are you kidding me?
There you go. There's Sammy, your old teammate right there. Welcome back to Cubs Post-Game Live, presented by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. All right, let's take a look at Holly's Keys from the pregame show, sponsored by Blue Cross Blue Shield. Let's see how accurate you are, Mr. Man.
We were pretty good tonight, I think. Well, to the road. Number one, talking about the Cubs hitting well at home. Let's get it going on the road. Well, you saw that. It maybe wasn't where I wanted it to be at the beginning of the ballgame. Thought the opportunities could be more against Joe Kelly, but guess what? They got it done. Listen, 12 hits in this one, 3 for 8 with runners in scoring position. Big home run from Wellington Castillo saves the day. So to the road. Good. Thumbs up. We're off and running. They're scoring some runs. Less is more. Now, I was talking about Jeff Samardzij's slider. So impressed by it. His first 2 outings. Now, I will say this. That one run that the Cardinals scored is directly connected to that slider. But he got away from that because it wasn't working for him tonight. He went to the splitty. He went to the cutter. The slider, he showcased it a little bit here and there. And I know he did pick up a couple strikeouts with it. But again, it was something he kind of got away from because he didn't like what was happening early in the ballgame. So I might have been a little off on that one. But the bullpen issues, boy, I nailed that one because both teams are going through it right now. And you saw it. Cubs bullpen came into this one 0-4, 1 for 3 in blown saves. Well, you pick up another blown save, but you do pick up the win. So thank goodness for that. They're 1-4 as opposed to 0-5. And, well, you saw the same issues with the Cardinals bullpen. I told you about them. 5.25 ERA coming in.
Yeah, they really let their team down big time because they battle back. They get the game tied. They give it right back with a 3-run home run.
Yeah. Well, and you did it against their closer, Rosenthal, who I think is maybe questionable for tomorrow just based on the 2 innings he pitched tonight.
All right, let's check out the pitching matchup for tomorrow's Game 2 of the series. Cubs send Carlos Villanueva to the mound to face the Cardinals, their ace, Adam Wainwright.
That's going to be a heavyweight matchup. Again, Cubs swinging those bats pretty well. Hopefully for Carlos Villanueva, he's on his game, has the 4-pitch mix working. You know what I'm talking about. Great changeup, good curveball, throwing the slider, 88, 89 miles an hour, but he's got to mix it up. Doesn't matter who he's going up against. This isn't going to be, they're struggling. I'm going to throw a lot more fastballs. He's got to have it all working. See things like this, getting down in the strike zone, down, down, down will be good results, good swings, bad swings, swings and misses. That's what you want to see. And he's coming off a nice start. 5 innings, 1 earned run. The 6 hits right there. Sometimes for Carlos, walks will be the key. And then you've got Adam Wainwright. Do I need to say more?
He's a stud.
He's the ace of the Cardinals staff. This is your 200-inning monster. This is a guy who's as much of a competitor as he is a guy who's got great stuff.
All right, you and I, key performers. You picked who?
Failed miserably.
Luis Valbuena.
Luis Valbuena, right?
Yeah, he had an 0-for. I had Starlin. He had an 0-for. And Glenn Morgan on our crew had Brian Schlitter to come in and do a big job today. He did not get the job done as well. So a tough night for the bullpen, especially for Jose Veras. But Wellington Castillo, thank you very much, comes up with the game-winning 3-run home run. Thank you for watching Cubs Post Game Live, presented by our great partners at Blue Cross Blue Shield. Thanks, Dan Vega, our great producer. TC, Terry Cortez, good to have you back in the booth, buddy. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 12:30 for Game 2.
Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois knows your 20s is your time. So go ahead and act your age.